Welcome to Mack-n-Cheeze Music Podcast with your hosts, Brian DeHart.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Thanks for the great intro, Bruno. I can always depend on you.
My pleasure, Paylone. Pretty much my job.
We're really fired up. We're in 12 countries.
Hit me now.
We really want to thank our audience. We couldn't have done it without you.
Obviously.
We're feeling really smoking over here.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Bruno, you are bad.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Today's podcast guest is Dylan Hughes, a multi-talented individual.
He fixes the cable?
Well, not quite. Dylan wears many hats. Bass player, singer, songwriter, producer, engineer, arranger, educator. You think that's enough?
I think it's all right.
Okay, no time like the present.
And always listen to Mack-n-Cheeze Music Podcast for all your behind-the-scenes music info.
What are you running?
Mostly Ableton these days.
Oh yeah. So running Ableton, does it work as a DAW? Let me fix these hi-hats.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it does everything Pro Tools does basically, and
they all do the same stuff.
They all do the same stuff. Yeah.
So what do you find the advantages of it with the Ableton stuff?
I like the workflow of it, and it's got a couple, like, in terms of writing, it's cool because it's got the session view where you can just like write little clips and kind of play them in different orders and write. So like you can play this scene and then this scene and just see what stuff sounds like together, bring stuff in, bring stuff out, and then you can record that over into the arrangement side, which looks like Pro Tools. Mm-hmm. And then I also I got the push, the Ableton push, which I love. Is like
the Ableton push.
Yeah, so it's a 64 pad, like drum pads. You can play instruments on it and stuff, and then it's also, you got handy play, record buttons and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's nice. I like it a lot.
So I was going to ask you about that. I didn't know what the name of that pad was, but can you take that, it loops off your recordings and put it into the pads?
The pads basically control Ableton.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So yeah, you can use that to control, like if you had a drum loop and a bass loop and stuff, you can use that to turn on and off those things, right? Yeah. And play, like I was saying, different scenes, right? Like your verse, your chorus, your hook, switch back and forth between those. So it's Ableton, when it first was coming out, boasted like it was for live performance. Right.
It can do both.
So it can do both really well. Yeah. And yeah, I like the workflow of it. A lot of the stuff it does really nicely, like the way it busses. Like I feel like with Pro Tools, when you're trying to bus things together, you have to have you got all this different routing and stuff like that, right? Where it's pretty easy with Ableton, you just group a bunch of tracks together, and then all of a sudden it's in its own little group.
And
you can add
that's sweet
plugins onto that layer, and you can layer those easily. So
wow,
I just like the way it works.
Yeah,
it looks weird when you're used to coming. Like I started with Pro Tools too, right? But it looks a little funky when you're first coming from Pro Tools, but once you get used to it, I like it. I like how it works.
So a friend of mine just picked up a free program. I forget what the name of it is, but he's
Reaper.
No, yeah, I don't remember what it was. He was looking at Audacity, and then he picked up this other free program.
I can't believe people do multi-tracking in Audacity. I can't.
How?
That's what I'm like, what? I mean, I use it for like some specific editing stuff, like noise reduction and things like that. Like you
Very
can do
specific,
but super specific.
One task at a time.
I can't imagine trying to do a multi-track or a mix in Audacity. People say that I'm like, are you out of your mind? Have you ever tried any of the other ones?
Well, I'm kind of an old dog, so I'm sticking with Logic, and I'm sticking with Pro Tools, and I'm not interested in learning something new.
Yeah.
And I understand how people would think that I'm just like, I know how to run Audacity. I'm not interested. I mean, it's really, it's really arduous. It's really slow, but you know exactly what you're doing from operation to operation. There is that. It's very, very specific.
And it's got some nice tools for audio manipulation, like really good tools.
Yeah.
So in conjunction with your other DAWs, but like I wouldn't want to do a project in it.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine doing that.
So you're using it at the level where you're cut and pasting. I mean, I'm sorry, you're doing surgery with it.
Right. So like I've been making YouTube videos, right? And I have a little lav mic for I'm doing like bass lesson YouTube videos, piano lessons, stuff like that. My YouTube channel, Mr. Bass Fiend. And so I got the little lav mic, but I get this little shh kind of hiss in it, like the air of the room, and so I use Audacity to pull that out.
And it works.
It works. It works really good, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, surprisingly
that's one of my
good.
challenges.
Right? I was like, before I figured that out, I was like trying to EQ this stuff out, and it's like it's actually like a wide range of frequencies. So it's not just one little thing, and then my voice would sound like kind of like this, you know. Right? So that's but Audacity is awesome for that stuff. But I also love Logic, GarageBand. I use Pro Tools still because I still have some older projects that are still in Pro Tools, so I'll still be in there when I need to be, you know. And I like once you learn like your second DAW, the third one, the fourth one, they all kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Except Fruity Loops. I can't get my mind around Fruity Loops at all.
I've never seen it. So I just got to let everybody know this is Mack-n-Cheeze Music Podcast here. We've got Dylan Hughes from the Music Factory, bass player, educator, co-founder of Freudian Slurp. Dylan Hughes, welcome.
Hey, thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
Super good to be here.
Really awesome having you, man.
Definitely an honor.
So, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So you kind of got a taste of where we're headed today. So,
we'll see where we're going.
We'll see where this conversation
down that
goes.
rabbit hole already.
Well, you know, geeks are kind of like birds of a feather. They flock together, man.
Yep.
So, I'm kind of an equipment nerd myself. So, anyway, tell us about the Music Factory.
The Music Factory is a school in Madison, a music school in Madison Park that Ari Joshua founded, I believe, about 10 years ago. And he has some of the greatest, just some of the best musicians in Seattle are teaching there. And I've been lucky enough to be there since, I think, September or October 2019. So just about a year and a half.
Before
all
this.
Just before all this. So like, what was it, 19? Yeah, or 8. No, it must have been 19. Yeah, it was just right before all this. That's crazy.
I know, it's been almost a year.
So I was only there for several months, and then we went all online. So now since March, end of March, April, we just switched everything over to online. I've been doing all my lessons on Zoom. I also work for another school in Kirkland called The Rockery, and that's also the same way. I'm there one day a week, and I love it though. Excuse me. I love it though because like I'm in my little studio with all my equipment. I just got to walk from the house to the garage. That's my commute. You know.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, you don't even have to go to this. You don't have to go to the school at all.
No, I'm in my spot. You know, so like
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I really like it, and I like that. You know, between lessons, I can lay a quick bass track on whatever I'm working on or whatever. You know, some of this business stuff. Like I said, I've been working on a YouTube channel and working on putting some different music courses together. So, like I can just work on that kind of business stuff. I'm trying to get to understand the social media, the Facebook ads and YouTube ads and all that kind of stuff, which is, you know, I'm even diving into copywriting, which is like so new to me. You know, I've always just been like, let me play some music or let me write some music or let me help you mix that or whatever, as opposed to like trying to get the business side of it and make that part of it really work, which, like we were talking about earlier, is so important because if there's no revenue, that's your steam engine, right? Like
right. That's right.
If there's nothing coming in, it's hard to make anything come out and make it still sustainable practice.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm kind of going down the SEO rabbit hole. And have you been working with search engine optimization?
A little bit.
Yeah.
That's definitely not my. Mostly what I've been working on is like trying to understand Facebook and YouTube ads.
I'll tell you what. I'm still not getting it, you know, and I just keep plugging away. But I feel your pain there, man.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Really interesting.
It's just deep, and you know, like I'm watching videos and trying to get some courses. I've been reading this book, Ready, Fire, Aim, which is
a great book.
Yeah, really good, really useful information for me. And like I said, just like such a new way of thinking. You know, they're just talking because they're not talking about music at all.
No.
They're talking about sales, business, you know, marketing strategies, and it's like, okay, and it's not that. It's stuff that I've just always avoided. Like, oh, that's not me. But then once I'll procrastinate to do it, right?
Well,
but then
it isn't like you don't have enough to do already.
Right, yeah. But then once I sit down and do it, it's like, oh, this actually makes sense. This isn't that crazy, you know? And I just know it's another one of those things that the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. So that's just a one day at a time kind of keep going, keep trying stuff, and see what sticks.
So before you were at the Music Factory, you had your Bass Fiend website up and rolling. Isn't that correct?
Yeah. I still have my Hughes-Musical.com, and that's all my Bass Fiend is my solo project. So I've got 4 EPs out over the last several years. I just released the last EP about side D. I called them side A, side B, side C, side D. About almost a year ago, just like I think it was April or May last year, just at the beginning of the whole lockdown and everything, I released that 4th EP. I'm real proud of that one. I really like. So go check out Bass Fiend Side D. That's on my Bandcamp. It's on my website, DylanHughesMusic.com. It's on Spotify, iTunes, etc., all of that stuff, right? So, yeah, I'm really excited about that. And I got a couple of new solo songs coming out in the next few months here. So that'll be something to look for sure.
So when you say solo, are you doing all the keyboard parts, all the bass parts?
Yeah.
Is your brother working with you at all on any of this? Or is this just you?
No. I mean, throughout those 4 EPs, there might be a couple little guest appearances. I think my wife's on a track or two, singing Minami Fukuda. Yeah. And Kyle Kirkpatrick.
She just had a birthday recently, didn't she? Didn't I?
Yeah, last Friday.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep. And Kyle Kirkpatrick plays drums on the track, but for the most part, it's all me. You know, played all the instruments, wrote all the music, recorded, mixed, mastered, the whole deal.
Right.
Yeah. My goal this year, though, is to do a Bass Fiend record that would be more of a band setting, so with a bunch of guest musicians. My vision at the moment is that it's an instrumental record. So like on the other ones, I'm singing a lot on it, but on this one, this would be all or mostly instrumental. I have a lot of the music written for it already, but I still need to get it demoed and start reaching out to artists and stuff like that. Yeah. But that's something that I'm going to be working on between now and summer.
Yeah.
Right. So that's my goal for this year in terms of creative projects for myself.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of work to get through all that stuff, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
have you found that charting out your material is really a great foundation to start out with when you bring in other artists in?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on who you're working with. But,
Sure.
Half the guys want written parts and half the guys are just going to listen to it and play by ear anyway, right? Which actually, I shouldn't even say half. Probably most of them, the guys that I would be working with, are going to do it like that, which is cool. So I'll mostly just when I'm working with other people, I might have, I'll have direction in my head, but I want that person on the track because I know that they're going to do what I want them to do without me having to be like, oh, could you maybe go a little bit over here? Maybe go over a little bit over, try this, for me, it's more about like finding the right personality. If I have a specific idea, I can probably play it. Not a saxophone or something, but when I want somebody, I'm trying to get the right guy for the job, so I don't have to be do this, do that, do this, do that, right? I trust them to come up with that part, right? You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. So, So what I have demoed already is mostly just like me on the piano in the voice memo on my phone, just like playing the parts just so I don't forget it, right? And then as I get closer to it, if we need charts, I can make charts or at least just demos. I don't know for sure yet if it's going to be, given the whole situation and everything right now, it's probably not going to be a whole band in the studio all at once. Even though that's kind of what I wanted originally, but I think it's probably going to be more like me playing bass and a drummer first, and then start layering on the other instruments as I go.
That's a great place to start.
Right, that's probably what I'll end up doing with this one.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel that the recordings are best if they've had some sort, as far as the performance is concerned, if there's been some sort of rhythm section from the beginning. Ideally, 3-piece guitar, bass, and drums, but I'll do live rhythm section with just a guitar player or with a bass player. But the foundation always seems to be a lot stronger when that element's included in the project.
It totally depends on the style, right? Like, for that kind of project, I think you're absolutely right. If it's more like hip hop or electronic, then you're kind of just, you can build it.
Right.
Everything's right on the click already.
Right.
So you can kind of layer it in whatever order it comes. Right. But yeah, I think what you're saying, or the way I mean it, is like if the vibe has to be there.
Right.
And then the other guys can layer their stuff on there because they're already feeling it.
Yep. Yeah, so my challenge is that I play way on top of the beat. And I think that most people, when they're working with a click track, do. And so if I get tracks that come to me and they've already, like, project that I'm working on right now, I've got the bass and the guitar that have been sent my direction, and those tracks are on top of the beat. And the first attempt of drums that I did to it, I tried to line everything up perfectly, right? So it's just like, because I'm not a machine, but I tried to implement a machine-like quality, and it did not work with the tracks.
It won't feel good.
No,
right?
it feels terrible.
It will. I mean, like, if you want it to feel like a machine, you might as well just use a drum machine.
Right. That's exactly right.
And like what you run into sometimes is like the drummer played the way the drummer played. And if you take the click out, it probably feels good if they're a good drummer, right?
Yep.
But then if you got the other guys playing to the click instead of to the drummer, you never know if it's going to line up right. It probably won't line up right.
Probably won't line up right. That's right.
So like a lot of times you got to just pull the click out. I have, like when I'm laying bass tracks to a drum that's already there, a lot of times I got to just pull the click out and just play the drums, or I'll drop the click really low if there's like spaces in the song where I need to, where the drummer stops or whatever,
right?
And I need to know, okay, there's
the
4 beats, right? But like, yeah, a lot. I just gotta make sure I'm going right for the drums as opposed to the click.
And I'm going to vouch for Dylan. He's probably one of the most accurate bass players I've ever worked with. He's recorded over here, so
much appreciated.
It's really true. I usually have to correct, cut and paste people in, but dude, I'm just going to leave this alone.
Awesome.
That's a really amazing skill.
I'm available.
Let's go back and talk about Freudian Slurp. What's the history of that band?
Oh, the history of Freudian Slurp. Well, Ian and Kyle Kirkpatrick and I had a group called Reef Encounter for many years.
Was that Brief Encounter or Reef?
That was Reef Encounter.
Okay.
Yeah. And we had that for a while, and we played a lot for several years, played a lot together, and I guess like my early mid-20s. And that Kyle moved out of town, and so that group kind of came to a close, and Ian started a new group called Freudian Slurp with some other guys, right? And they did a record called Edible Complex. And shortly after that record came out, the rhythm section of that band decided to move on, and Ian was a little down about that, and he called me and Kyle, and he was like, come jam with me. And from there, we just we were in after that. So it was me and Kyle and Ian again, and Dave DeLangowitz, and keyboard players kind of rotated in and out. We had several different ones on the record. The last record we did, called Get It, was Travis, I'm blanking his last name. You remember Travis from Mojam?
I think so.
The keyboard player.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was awesome. I love playing with that guy. He was on that record. And then he also moved out of town. Kyle moved out of town again. We ended up on this. So we did a record in last January, a year ago, where we did a live performance and filmed it, recorded it, all of that. It turned out really cool. It's not out yet, but that'll be out this year. I'm guessing in the next few months around. I'm guessing early summer, but I don't know for certain yet. Ian's in charge of all that.
Yeah.
One, right? But so that's got Tyler Musgraves on drums and John Gano on keys and Adam Robb on trumpet, and then me and Ian, of course. And it's a lot of original material and a couple of covers redone. We got a Nirvana song in there, and yeah, so that's gonna be really cool. The video is beautiful, and the audio sounded really great, and so I'm pretty excited about that one. Yeah.
So when I'm doing video shoots, I do a lot of retracking. So I don't want to edit it post, right? I just want to capture the entire live performance. But in order to get the right track, there's a lot of repetition of the songs. Did you guys just go top to bottom straight through?
Twice.
Okay.
Right? So we did like two sets, the same set. Though actually we flipped it. The second set we did the set in reverse order.
Interesting.
Just to change it up.
Fresh.
You know, most of the audience was the same audience,
Yeah.
so to give them a little something different. And the second set was the take. We just took everything from the second set.
Awesome.
It was cool. The first one sounded good too, but I think then, once we nailed the first set, we all got to go,
yeah,
done,
relax,
and then just like got into it on the second one.
Got into the flow.
And just felt good on that second one. So that one
That's
I'm really
very
excited
impressive.
about that. It's very cool.
Very, very impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, most of us have to pull the David Letterman World's Most Dangerous Band 4 or 5 cuts, and then you get it right?
Right.
You guys must have rehearsed your butts off for that project.
We did, and there's stuff in it, but the nature of the music is it allows for that kind of stuff in it, and it's part of the experience. So yeah,
super cool. So that project is 10, 12 years old. Freudian Slurp. I'll just go back farther than that.
No, It's not further than that, but it's probably like 8 years old, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not keeping track, but yeah. This is the third record.
So you and your brother grew up playing together?
We really didn't start, we both started playing bass. I play bass, he plays guitar about a year from each other, like in middle school. But we really didn't play together until after high school. Like we got along fine, but we weren't even really like friends until after high school.
Sure, I get it.
You know what I mean?
The sibling rivalry thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then like we just like once I moved out, that's when we really connected.
Right.
And started playing music together and yeah. So I've been playing with him now for 15 plus years, and
that's a good foundation.
Yeah, that works. That works.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So your house was, when you were growing up, super musical? Parents?
Not. I mean, there was a lot of music. My parents loved music. My dad loved blues, B.B. King. We listened to a lot of Motown and Beatles and Bob Dylan. Growing up, B.B. King was the first concert that he took me and my brother to when I was in.
It was really good, wasn't it?
Man, it was gorgeous. It was amazing.
I've seen him twice.
At the Gorge.
Oh, wow, how fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool. So, yeah, but my parents aren't musicians, but they were both actors.
Oh, I forgot to turn off my phone. Oh, speaking of Darnell has a real habit of calling it podcasts. He does, man. This is the second time he's done this.
He knows.
he knows. He can feel the force, the podcast force. It's awesome.
Let me get in there real quick.
Well, I brought him in on one. I think it was the Sarah Pinzon interview that I did. But
nice.
Anyway, please continue on about the musicality of your household.
Yeah, so my parents were both actors.
Oh, that explains it.
So
yeah,
they met. They met in the theater out in Pennsylvania, and before they moved out here, and so they were always really supportive of me and Ian playing music and following art as a passion and a profession and all that. So
yeah,
that went a long way, I think.
It really did, and they totally understood what it took to do that. So are they still actors? Are they still?
No,
they're not playing
no.
that any longer.
I've never seen either of them on stage.
Okay.
My mom, they're both retired now, but my dad just retired he was a lobbyist.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a whole story right there. Good Lord.
Well, and he started with the Arts Alliance. So he was lobbying for arts and then working with the Science Center. So he worked with a lot of nonprofits and things like that, helping them raise money. Mm-hmm. He raised a lot of money for the Opera House.
Oh, very, very cool. Yeah.
And then my mom was a first grade teacher for 20 some years, I believe. So she just retired about a year ago or so, maybe 2 now. But yeah, so they're enjoying themselves. They're relaxing. They had some big travel plans for the end of last year, which of course fell apart. Yeah. But they're ready to get back out there
soon
once that vaccine comes and all that. So,
yeah. So what are the prospects looking like for live playing for you? Gigs are already starting to book up with Darnell. So
are they really?
Yeah, they are. We've got stuff coming up in the summer. That was probably a phone call for something else that he's got working. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen much. I've had like a handful of shows over the last year, maybe.
Yeah.
And then, like I was telling you, the church, playing with church every Sunday has been awesome because just, keeping me working on bass and practicing and the music we're playing is like challenging gospel music, so it's like pushing my ears and pushing my chops and all that and keeping me fresh. So that's been really wonderful to have that going.
Is that like the mass choir style of gospel, or is it more the R&B style based gospel, or what sort of gospel is it?
I think it's a little. We only have like a couple singers, and it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both, but it's not. We don't have like a big choir.
Yeah.
Right. at this point.
But there's some really technical music out there, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. And some of these guys are like some of the most amazing. Like the recordings we're listening to are just like some of the most amazing.
Yeah.
Bass players, musicians that you'll ever hear.
Right. Are you a big Fred Hammond fan? Do you know who that is?
No.
I'm gonna have to turn you on to him,
All
man.
right.
He's a gospel bass player, man. He's,
I'm kind of new to that whole world, to be honest. So I'm still learning.
Yeah.
So please.
Yeah. I'll turn you on to Fred Hammond. Woo. Yeah.
Feel like I'm flying, a swing without a rope. I'm dancing like a man without a hope. At least I'm laughing, if only just to cope. Can you imagine developing the tongue that spoke the world? The world was written by a dark-skinned man on a paper napkin. Such a simple plan, but a man of action. He had it in his hand for a minute before quietly letting go.
I want to talk about your studio. We were brushing on that at the beginning. So a little bit about Ableton. So that is your DAW platform, and then what else are you using? You have a keyboard.
In terms of gear.
Yeah, gear. Yeah, let's talk gear, baby.
All right. I'm not a huge gear guy, but the keyboard that I have is this Korg SV1 that I love. It just the feel of it is awesome. The way they weighted those keys is super nice. The sounds on it are nice, but I'm usually using it as a MIDI controller anyway.
Sure.
I've got, my interface is like a Focusrite 8-channel interface. Yeah. And I got another Focusrite vocal preamp, which is just, what I picked up at the Trading Musician.
Oh, okay,
At the time when
Focusrite's great gear, man. I've got a Claret 8 downstairs. Which
right, yeah.
Yeah. Boy, yeah.
I got the Scarlet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
6i6 or
the i18, i20.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big Scarlet.
Yeah, but they're super affordable too.
Yeah. Well, they sound great.
And they sound great.
Yeah.
And they sound great. Like,
yeah.
I've had it for several years now. No problems, no complaints. Just solid piece of gear. I love it. And then I have the Avalon U5, which I've had for a while, which is just like...
That's so sweet,
It's money, man, for recording bass.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I need. I don't use that. I've been using Guitar Rig for amp modeling.
Sure.
And I can get like...
But once your inputs are swell,
when the DI is clean like
great.
that, the modeling's nice, and especially for bass.
Sure,
it's a little easier, I think, for bass than guitar. But I like the guitar sounds in there, too. I use, to be honest, most of the time when I'm recording guitar, I'm going through that U5 also and using Guitar Rig. And it's pretty clean.
I'm more of a purist. I've got the Rivera Venus 6 down there at a Fender Deluxe.
Yeah, that stuff's great. That's great. You can't argue with that.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I never would, but... As not being a guitar player per se myself, I'll just I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Whatever sounds good works for me. A lot of what I'm doing also is like more on the R&B hip hop kind of thing too, where it's loops or maybe loops that I played, but still like finding the little snippets of it as opposed to like I'm not a guitar player. I'm not a keyboard player. I love playing those instruments and teaching those instruments and recording them and finding the chops that work and all that kind of stuff, right? But like bass is where I can like play.
Yeah, and you had mentioned loops. I prefer if I'm going to do that, I don't want to use somebody else's loops. I make them myself.
Yeah.
My own instruments, and it ends up, instead of being a second, third, fourth, fifth generation playback, it's first generation. And I found that the dimensionality comes out. It was a whole different ball game when you do your own loops.
Totally.
Yeah.
You can get exactly what you want.
Exactly what you want. That's exactly, you're right.
There's definitely something to be said for the whole culture of sampling music. I love that too. It's like
can't beat the precision.
Yep. Can't beat that. They're taking like stuff that was a clean sound, stuff that sounded great to begin with, right? And flipping that in a whole new way. And the thing I like about it too is it's like this roadmap. It's some newer artist saying, yeah, you like my music? Check these guys out. It's like pointing back to, this is something that inspired me back in the day, and so now I'm going to snag that and flip it into something new. And if you're really into it, go check these guys out back here too.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
So you're working a lot in the realm of digital.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Almost entirely. Like, I don't have a drum setup or stuff like that.
And I don't have a bass player. But
fair enough.
I'm plug and play, man. It just
Yep. That's beautiful. That's so nice to have that set up.
Yeah.
But with the drums, almost everything I'm doing is electronic based, sample based drumming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for that record I was talking about earlier, that I do want to have a live drummer, because as a bass player, there's nothing like playing with a drummer. That's what it's all about.
Well,
right? That's what it's all about. Is that relationship?
As a drummer playing with a bass player, that's kind of what it's all about.
Exactly. It's just like there's nothing like that link, and that's the thing. That's the thing that's really missing from 2020. Is playing with the drummers, the jam sessions where we get to just dig in and be like, okay, you're going there, okay. Well, what about this? And just like that push. I miss that. Yeah, I really miss that.
Now it's coming back.
It'll be back. It'll be back. But
so let's talk about that Avalon a little bit. Are you using that as a pre for vocals too?
No, just the bass, the bass and guitar. It might be cool to set. It'd be.
You should set
I've
up
thought
an
about
Ami
it.
on
I've thought
that,
about
see
that.
What you come up with.
Yeah. It's not that. I don't know the name of it. Like, they got that bigger Avalon that's like a rack mount.
Yeah,
and that thing.
That's sweet stuff, man.
One day I'll get me one of those, because I love
Avalon, Manly. Ooh. Those are the areas that I need to go into someday.
Yeah. But when I first got that U5, I was using it for live.
Really?
Yeah. So I was just like
That's brave.
Right?
Someone spills their beer on it, you're done.
You never know, right? You never know. But I was running, I just had like this little GK combo amp, but I was running the Avalon into that, and so it was like getting a really nice tone out of that. But then when I upgraded my live rigs, I was like, yeah, this can just live in the studio now.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a good place for it. Not to move it, just let it sit and not suffer any more entropy than it needs to. Mm-hmm. As far as, are you doing all of your mixing in the box? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're not using any exterior mixing board?
No, nothing like that. Just a bunch of Waves plugins.
Yeah. What are your favorite ones? I told you I got a lot of questions.
Yeah,
man.
I guess so. I love the Abbey Road Plates reverb.
Really?
I use that all the time.
Yeah.
And then, I really like the Abbey Road stuff. Like in the Abbey Road Saturator, I got that one kind of recently. I use that all the time. Like on vocals, I love just a little warmth on the vocals. It's super nice.
Yeah.
And I got this. This one's kind of crazy. It's called Brower Motion, I think. And so it's kind of an auto pan, but it you can get two different ones going at the same time, and you can get them synced or not, and it's not just like right to left, but it kind of does a circular. It gives it a lot of depth.
Are you mixing in 5.1 and 7.1?
No.
Because that's a perfect plug-in for that.
It would be.
Yeah.
I'm not set up for all that, but that would be really good for that. But even when, just like if you got a couple headphones on, you feel this depth from this thing. It's pretty nice. And
what's your application for that? Because You tell me your application, then I'll tell you mine, because I've used that sort of stuff before.
It can be just nice to get a little bit of motion going in your mixes, right? Background vocals, or like on a rap, on a hip hop, like the hype track, where they might just be saying a little interjection here or there.
Right.
If that's like
moving around the mix a little bit.
Exactly. If it's just like static, like 33 left or whatever, it kind of just gets a little too. It's like driving into your brain every time it's there. And so when that's got a little motion to it, it feels like there's someone hopping around in the room with you, like really getting you hyped up, kind of thing, right? Or even like some kind of pads or something like that, or some kind of like lead guitar, maybe a solo, but not like a solo so much as like some background lead guitar, just to give stuff a little more organic feeling.
Okay,
just like you feel like you're in the room with stuff, some breathing going on in the mix, as opposed to just feeling flat.
Yeah. So what I've done in the past, and it was mostly those preamps, I would end up with a mix, and I was like, there's no depth here, and it's just not warm enough. And so sort of on the same line that you're talking about, so I'd take I forget what wave plugin it is that I was using, but it was a wave plugin that would move the sound, the wave files across the mix, and I would record just like a basic keyboard part, bring it way down in the mix, and put just a ton of reverb on it, and then just let it move around, and it would, like, the places where there weren't frequencies, it would fill in it kind of just like plugged in the missing frequencies.
A little glue.
A little bit of glue holding it together. And it's not something you have to, it's audible, but it's so low in the mix.
It's more like you feel it more than you hear it.
That's right. Yeah. Right. You sense it more than you hear it. Yeah. Yeah. And it sounds kind of like that's kind of what you've been doing with this as well.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that, and just like I said, like something to give it a little more life, right? It makes it feel like stuff is in the room with you, as opposed to just standing in one place.
Yeah. So there's going to be no extra charge for the mixing tips today. So how do you approach a compression? I'd really like to hear your views on it.
Well, I have this free compressor plugin that I love. What is it called? I think it's Klanghelm is the brand or something like that. It's so simple. It's two knobs, an input and an output, and then a little fast, slow switch.
Really?
And it's so simple, but it just sounds nice, and it just like, it may not be for everything, but I use it on just about everything.
If it works, it works. I use Smack just about on everything.
Yeah, right.
I'm starting to move away from that now. But Smack has been really, really, really good. You use Smack too?
No, I don't know.
Oh yeah. Is it a Digidesign, an Avid program? I don't remember. I think it's an old Waves program. But it's just, it has a tonality to it that is just like, wow. Yeah. Without it being a piece of hardware, for it to have that kind of tone, it's yeah. And it's the old Wave. Trying to think of Joe Meek, the old Waves Joe Meek compressor and EQ both have that kind of tonality to it, and it's just really, really, really works well with presence and also warming up the mix. Yeah, so it's kind of the same thing you're talking about.
Yeah. And I just like, just to rein in volume dynamics.
Yeah.
If the track is going a little loud, a little quiet, just kind of try and rein that all in, right? And I'll usually, like on vocals, it'll be like, I'll put some EQ, and the first EQ will just be cutting out.
Use it as a filter?
just cutting out the highs, like, a low pass and a high pass, right? And then just like surgery out all the little extra frequencies, and then a
SOP, baby.
right? Then a little compression, just to kind of tighten that all up, and then I'll boost some, like, wide boost and cut, like, just to shape what I actually want it to sound like, and then a little more compression, maybe some saturation, some reverb, or definitely some reverb, but
I could be a rich man. Would I have all that I need? I could be a broke man, just trying to eat. I could keep on wishing, or I could live out these dreams. Where would I be without love? I could be a tall man, or short as can be. I could be quite charming, or kind of a creep. I could keep on standing, or I fall to my knees. Where would I be without love? Why we go back and forth when we could be anything? Why we go back and forth when we could be anything? Why we go back and forth when we could be anything? Where would I be without love?
So the saturation thing, man, is that saturation plugin. Like, I have an Aphex. I have an Aphex 204, which I bought for that very reason, to warm things up, and I haven't used that rack. I don't know, in 10 years. I haven't used it in 10 years.
yeah.
And I stopped using it after I started bringing in those good preamps. That was. But
gorgeous.
I may put it back into the chain one of these days, and I'm a little bit more knowledgeable now. But I'm still not sure how to work that thing.
Yeah. I'm not as much.
It sat on my rack for 5-6 years. I just didn't use it.
You got to have that all set up to be able to run it later also.
Yeah. Right.
I don't think I'd want that stuff in
the initial mix? No,
recording, right?
it's
Because then you
post.
got no control
Yeah.
over it. That's why I do everything in the box anyway. Just because that's where I'm just looking for a nice, fat, clean signal at the top, and then everything else I can do later.
Yeah. So are you BMI, ASCAP? Do you have a preference of those?
BMI.
Yeah, and why did you choose BMI over ASCAP? I'm just asking.
Yeah,
for a friend.
I'm not sure I have a good reason why I chose it. I think that's the one that I have no idea why I picked that one. That's the one. I think the people I was working with at the moment when I lined up for that were aligned with BMI, so that's why I picked that one. Yeah. But I'm not sure it makes a big difference.
Has it been working for you, or
no? I've never made a dime.
Yeah.
So.
But ASCAP charges, right? BMI doesn't. Isn't that the difference right there?
I want to say ASCAP charges.
There's an initial fee.
Initially, BMI doesn't, but to be a publisher with BMI, they charge you, and ASCAP doesn't. Something like that.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is.
Right. So like a song, you can be a songwriter for free with BMI, and you can be a publisher for free with ASCAP, I think.
Right. You've been doing covers on your solo projects, did you? Or is that just
no? That's all original. That was a Freudian Slurp.
Yeah,
we did that Nirvana tune and a couple others.
Which Nirvana tune?
Oh gosh. Oh no.
Is it the one that goes?
Yes. No.
Oh, I know that one.
Oh, I'm totally blanking on it right now. I'm totally blanking. But Ian did a bunch of different arrangements of Nirvana and others things.
Have you seen the string quartets doing Nirvana covers? You got to check it out, man.
Oh, that's cool.
Those Nirvana songs are legit.
Yeah.
All the way. They're so well written.
They're cool.
They're so legit.
They're interesting.
Yeah.
They're like, especially for pop songs, it's like, oh, that's the chords? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a few of those out there where they're just with these. It's just like 4-piece string sections covering pop tunes, and like the Nirvana stuff is just like, that smells like Teen Spirit. Oh my God, it's really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So some of the artists that have inspired you for the years. Oh, we got to talk about the Victor Wooten stuff for sure.
Yeah, speaking of artists that have inspired me.
Yeah.
Well, my friend introduced me to Vic back when I was in college, and we sat down and watched his Groove Workshop DVD, which is like, it was just so cool because it's like, I've never seen anybody talk about music like this and break it down. And this, it was like, oh, these are the things I've been missing, like, because he goes into notes, like his whole idea is that notes, most of the time music theory, we talk about notes, like chords and scales and all of that stuff that we get taught is all notes. And he's like, there's all this other stuff with the rhythms and tone and space and feel, and he's broke it down into 10 equal parts.
Attributes? Maybe?
What does he call them? I don't remember what he calls them. Elements. 10 elements of music, notes being one of them, and they're all equal.
Of course.
Right? Or not, And, so that DVD just like, whoa, really amazing. And at that same time, I have read Effortless Mastery by Kenny Warner. Are you familiar with that book?
No, but it sounds like one I should check out.
Oh, man, that was a life-changing book. And it definitely, again, kind of started talking about these things in a way that most people are not talking about it. And he's talking about basically neuromuscular training, right? And
which is what we do. Exactly.
And bring it into this kind of meditative, relaxed state, right? Which is the most efficient way of learning and training your muscle memory, right? And so that book, and then Victor's book, The Music Lesson, I read both those books in 2010, 2011, and those two books together got me thinking about music totally different and kind of turned me on to this whole spiritual side of music, or opened me up into those things that I was already feeling those things, but didn't necessarily have words for them yet, right? So that's when more of my meditation practices started, and started delving into all of those kind of ideas, that Eastern philosophy, alongside with music as a musician, right? And combining those. And so I read his book, Vic's book, The Music Lesson, in 2011, like the end of 2011. I was like, told my friend who had showed me that video originally, I was like, we're going to his camp. We're doing that this year, 2012. So we signed up and we went to the Bass Nature camp, and that was amazing, right? Like, I mean, I was learning about bass and music, and then also just kind of learning about myself. Because it was a couple days in, and I was kind of shy, a little nervous about meeting people, and my buddy is so extroverted. He was just like bouncing around, talking to everybody, and I'm like kind of like feeling weird. And I was in the lunch line a couple days in, and some random person started talking to me, and I felt a little funky, like, who's this guy talking to me? And then I just had this realization, dude, you're in a bass camp here with 60 bass players. They're all bass players. They're all here for the same reason. You guys are all here for the same reason. Why are you being weird, Dylan? And like, so like that kind of, those kind of realizations about myself of like, look at this habit you have of kind of being so standoffish to new people when they're here for the same reason. Like it's just that not trusting new people. So just things like that. So it's just been since then I've been out there 4 times, I think, over the last 8 years. And it's just been a really magical part of my life. It's one of my favorite places in the world, if not my most favorite places. He's got a ranch outside Nashville, and it's called Only, Tennessee. And
the name of the town is Only?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they run camps all summer.
Which is right next to Otherwise, right?
Yeah. So through those camps, through that, then because when I started working with Ari, started working at the Music Factory, I had just come back from one of those. And so when he started wanting to do this podcast, he's like, Dylan, you think you could get an interview with Victor? I know you kind of know him. And I was like, oh, I hadn't even thought about that. Well, I guess I can't turn down that opportunity.
Yeah.
Right. And so, it took a little bit to connect. And finally, Victor was like, yeah, let's do it. And
he was open from the beginning, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
He sure was, yeah.
Yeah, and just like, it was cool. It was really awesome to just get to spend it. We just hooked up on Zoom and just talked for about an hour, a little over an hour.
I watched the entire video. It was great. I mean, and it was just like, I was blown away about how deep Victor Wooten is. It was just like, holy crap. I've listened to his recordings.
Yeah.
I've always had appreciation, but the guy is just like completely connected. It's absolutely mind-blowing.
Right. And, like as a bass player, of course, I'm like, wow, this guy is doing, I don't know what he's doing. This is amazing, right? But really what connected me with him originally was like how his education on it, like how he talks about it and how, like you said, how connected he is with it and with himself, and how open he is to share that with everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, when he speaks, it's like, shut up and listen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. And it isn't, and he doesn't demand it out of you. It's just that there's just so much that he had, that so much introspection and so many great perceptions he has about music and just about
life.
About life.
Well, and that's
totally
what he even
applicable.
said. He said that in the video too, or in the interview. He was like, people come to me to learn about music, but really, I'm gonna tell them about life and what I think about life, right? And so that that's been a huge point of growth for me. Getting to connect with him a little bit and just that community that I have now coming from those camps. I have friends from all over the world who I've been through, like going through a week with someone in that camp is like you've known them 5 years or something.
Oh, the connection is amazing.
Yeah, it's just deep like that. It's crazy.
And you said they knock it out for you too. I mean, is it the camp's $1,000 for the week?
Ish.
Yeah, well, that's was it 5 days, 6?
Yeah, and I mean it depends. There's several camps throughout the summer that are like kind of different subjects.
Oh, okay.
Right, and so they they're all priced accordingly.
Accordingly, yeah.
Right, but world-class instructors and musicians out there. You're just hanging with them.
You got your own room too?
No, it's like summer camp. You're bunk mates and sleeping on cots.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's pretty cool.
It's a little bit, they want
boot campish.
It is, and they want that. They do that for a reason,
Right, to create the bond.
Yeah. And the food is amazing. They feed, three amazing meals every day. And you're just in it. I can't, like, if you have any interest in this at all, just do it. Just do it. It will change your life.
Do you do breakout sessions too?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So tell me about your student body. Students, yeah.
I got about 20 students or so now. I think I got a handful more rolling in, new ones coming in February, so that'll be cool. And I like it because it's a healthy mix of adults and kids, and I like that. I was getting kind of burnt out on teaching kids a few years ago, right? And so I
was
actually
just going to ask you about that. It's a whole different approach, isn't it?
Yeah, and I love kids. I always have. But I think at a certain point I was feeling a little more disconnected from beginners. Like the further my musicianship went, it was kind of a little harder to connect. And I was tired. And I was driving way too much. And so like I actually stopped teaching in 2017 for a few years. I ended up doing some construction and stuff and just gigging, and which was really good. I needed that little kind of sidestep.
Needed to have your hands beat up for a while so you can get your perspective right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and what happened was early summer 2019, I hit my thumb with a worm drive.
Oh,
and needed 12 stitches in my thumb. But like at the same time, it was like I didn't hit the bone. Like a half inch in any direction, I'd never play bass again, kind of thing. And it was just like kind of this thing is like, the way I think of it is like music was like, okay, Dill, if you're not going to use those fingers for what I gave them to you for,
right,
I'll take them back.
Yeah.
Right. And so I just kind of took that as like, okay, I think I've gotten what I'm going to get out of this little detour. And I need to get back to it.
It was good. It was good.
It was good. And then, so that was early 2019, early summer. And like, I just, that was about the time I started playing with a church. And when that summer, I just was gigging and Ubering. And I put on this show at the Royal Room at the end of summer where we did A Love Supreme, the John Coltrane album. And that was
sweet.
It was awesome, man. Yeah. We had, I think there was 150 people on a Wednesday night in the Royal Room.
It was great.
Yeah, it was great. It was like packed out, and Abe Beeson from KNKX helped me out with that one, and like came and introduced the band and all that kind of stuff, and it was just such a great night. I had, and that was the first show I'd personally put on in years. Right, probably since Reef Encounter days, the first time I booked a gig in years, and then like really the first time of doing my thing and putting all the work in and doing the press releases and getting the band together and all of that kind of stuff, right? And I did a solo set to open that up of like bass theme material, and then we did The Love Supreme, and that record's just been important to me for the last 5 years or 6 years. I think I first heard it in 2015 on a tour with a reggae band up the West Coast. But yeah, we listened to that record a bunch, and it just spoke to me. And then the story behind it was really cool too. Like Alice, his wife, was talking about when he was writing that record, he had this space up above his garage where he would practice and all that kind of stuff. And when he was writing that record, she said he just kind of disappeared up there for a week. And there was no, usually you'd hear him playing all day. He wasn't playing or anything. He was just, I guess, meditating on it, like would come down for some food once in a while and then just go back up there. And at the end of the week, he came down, he's like, I got my record. I got every note. I know exactly what's going on this next record. Right? And the idea that he thought it into existence like that, or received it, or however, I don't know exactly, but I just love that record. I still listen to it. I think I listened to it 2 days ago.
I get it, man. It's old Dizzy Gillespie stuff for me. Antonio Carlos Jobim. Horace Silver. I love Horace Silver, and what I like about Horace Silver is his simplicity. On the flip side, you got McCoy Tyner, same era. And
he's on that Love Supreme record.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah.
I love his playing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've had a piece of vinyl several years ago where he was doing multi-time figure Afro-Cuban.
Huh.
And I don't know how many different modes these songs are in, but it was just like, Holy God! And it was super enjoyable, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like listen to the Horace Silver to kind of cool off.
Right, you got a little heady there for a minute.
I mean, Horace was he just put together a whole bunch of ear candy, man. Jeez, it's great stuff. Yeah. So Coltrane, who else?
Who's been influential?
Yeah.
Victor, obviously. In terms of bass players, James Jamerson, I listened to and that was kind of like subconscious even before I was playing bass. I just listened to a lot of Motown, and that was
Wasn't he just the one finger?
One finger. Yeah.
How about that, right?
The lines are so beautiful,
Right.
and
there are no rules, brother.
Right, right. But he's still like,
Yeah.
it's exactly what it needs too.
Yeah.
Like they're all over the place in one sense, and in the other sense, they're like right where they need to be.
Great melodic sense.
Yeah, and I said earlier, like I grew up on a lot of like Bob Dylan, and then in terms of artists that I've listened to a whole bunch, Pink Floyd and Jeff Buckley.
You're too young for Pink Floyd, man.
Good
music is good music.
Right, in high school, that's all I listened to all day long was Dark Side and the Wall and Animals, and
yeah. What's your favorite one of those three?
Or actually, I think my favorite is Wish You Were Here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's from Dark Side of the Moon, right?
No, that's its own album.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it's got these like, it's got like 4.
Obviously, I'm not a big Pink Floyd fan.
Fair enough. It's got like 3 or 4 songs on it, and then the intro and the outro are both these like 15-minute instrumental pieces called "Shine On You Crazy Diamond" that are they're magic. It's really cool. Yeah.
A little bit of anecdote here. So when they recorded Money, and I think I've read this, is that they didn't have loops back then, and so basically what they did is that they, in order to create that playback for that, they strung the tape all the way across the studio.
Yeah, he said he was using like drum stands and like mic stands to keep so the tape would be the right length and keep running around on that 7/4. Yeah. I read that too, or heard that. Yeah.
Interesting click track.
Right? Exactly.
Basically the same concept, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And so the stuff they did back before. I feel so lucky and blessed that I can do everything that, like, on my little studio, I've got everything I need. Compared to like I got all these Abbey Road plugins, like they're based on all the stuff that these guys were using to record when they were working in Abbey Road, right?
Yeah.
That's another of my favorite records, Abbey Road, the Beatles record.
Yeah.
That one, I've worn that one out dozens of times.
Not bad for their last attempt, huh?
Yeah. I think Let It Be was after that one, right?
I think Let It Be was Abbey Road. I thought was the last one, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's Let It Be. I think it was Abbey Road and then Let It Be. I think, but
Yeah.
We'll have to look that up after.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
No, they're both magnificent.
Yeah.
Right? Masterpieces, right?
Yeah.
And that's those days when they would just stay in the studio for a month at a time and just...
I'm not opposed to that.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
But I don't think... I don't know. The budgets don't allow for it the same way.
Well, that's why we have our own gear, man.
Yeah.
That's I'm fully wired and set, man. I'm running. I got a 100-foot snake.
Yeah.
I've got all the. I could probably run 18, 20 tracks live. So I still haven't ventured off into that territory yet. I mean, who's got the time? Who's got the? Hey, we're going to be over at Brian's house every day for a month straight.
That's the thing. Is like everybody's got to have their day job.
They really will shoot me by the time.
Right. You don't have a label that's like paying you and paying the studio and paying all that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they had to pay that back through their sales, but that wasn't an issue for those guys.
Yeah.
But still, we don't get to. It doesn't quite work that same way. But on the flip side, it's so easy and accessible and fast now that you can do stuff in a few hours here and there. And releasing is like you can get it to the whole world in minutes.
Yep. Don't need any more middlemen.
No.
Don't need the approval
YouTube,
of the record label.
Spotify, iTunes, it's all so easy. It's just all at your fingertips, right?
Yeah.
And it's a blessing and a curse, right? Because it's so easy, and at the same time, it's too easy, and at the same time, everybody's doing it.
And you got to break through the noise somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your love.
So what's your favorite platform for releasing your music?
That's a good question. I use DistroKid to get it all out on.
You're the second person I've talked to in the last 2 weeks who are using DistroKid.
That's to get it out onto the streaming services, right?
Yeah.
And that's nice because it's just a yearly subscription, and you can release as much as you want, as opposed
What's
to
the
like,
cost?
there's levels, but I think the base is like $20 a year, which is like nothing.
And that puts it on all the platforms, just like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And you if people are
If
buying
people
it,
are listening to it or
Oh.
buying it on YouTube, iTunes,
Mhm.
yeah, they should filter that money back to you.
Okay.
And then I like Bandcamp because it's just pretty direct. You can just
Mm-hmm.
put your music there. People give you a few bucks and it goes right to you,
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the streaming services are kind of like roundabout.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's where people are listening.
Yeah. Do you use is it SoundCloud?
I'm on there, but I don't use it very much.
Yeah, so I'm taking a look at, of course, since we're considering the album, we're going to release it one song at a time, and these days it's just like, releasing a full album is
Pointless.
Why would you release
you
12
can-
or 15 songs when people just listen to one anyway? So.
30 seconds of one.
Yeah, 30 seconds of one.
Right?
And
if
they
you
go
don't have
back,
if you don't have a video,
yeah,
you're not even going
I
to
know.
listen.
I
Right?
know.
So you got it's like basically you got to do singles and videos
Mm-hmm.
and stack them up and just keep doing them.
Yeah.
And then when somebody's like, "Oh, this is dope," then they're going to go back and start looking at your other stuff.
Have you been doing videos with your releases?
A little bit. Little bit.
And then
I
are
need to do
you
more.
using open source material for the videos, or do you pay a subscription rate to someone for the video
like
shootage?
editing?
No.
or you mean-
I was like, Audio Blocks has have you heard of Audio Blocks before?
No.
They're basically a downloadable service that music, audio, whatever, you pay the subscription rate, it lets you into their libraries. Well, they also have video block as well. And so there'll
Like
be
stock footage that you can
yeah,
compile?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And-
No, I mean like the video, like I got one main video for my solo stuff for a song on side C called The Lover, and I just shot that on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Edited it on my computer, and then ended up running it through another thing on my phone that turned it all kind of cartoony, which made it look a lot cooler.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I like how that one turned out. But yeah, and then all the YouTube videos and stuff I'm filming, just doing them on my phone, editing them on DaVinci Resolve,
Oh yeah.
which is really nice.
I use Final Cut Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
So,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
And so that's basically
Mostly I use it because I'm a Mac guy, and one of the beautiful things about Final Cut Pro is that if you lay the audio onto Logic, they just go and they meld.
Oh, they just suck it right in? That's
just
cool.
like that. Yeah,
that's cool.
Really pretty sweet.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so that I like that. That makes it easier. And then that makes the editing easier too. So
yeah. So learn. It's crazy how much you got to learn. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, it's cool. It's so cool that
Welcome
it's all
to the 21st
right there
century,
on
bro.
your fingertips.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just the kind of thing where I'm like, I want to learn it, and then when it's getting in the way of my being an artist, or I know it enough to know I don't want to do it, then I can start outsourcing that, hiring someone to do it, right? And then I know how much I'm willing to pay. Then I know how much I'm actually getting out of it, and all that, right? And so,
have you been using
see
Fiverr?
what I can do. I haven't, not really, not yet. You know.
I was just talking to a friend last week. She's
doing
using
it all.
Fiverr.
Right now, it's all I'm doing everything.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
I think, first of all, I think it's really important that you understand what it is you're doing, and
exactly.
I'm actually,
and what you're paying for if you're not doing it.
I'm actually working on a blog right now about that very thing. And it's great to have all the quote unquote shortcuts that we have today, but even from that point of view, it's really important. And we were talking about Audacity earlier. It's really important that you understand what it is that the shortcut, quote unquote, is allowing you. So like Audacity, like we were saying earlier, it's like step by step by step by step. There aren't any real universal commands on there. But with today's technology, I think that the attitude is that people think because they've got a USB microphone, they got all their samples and their loop playbacks and their drum machines and the blah blah woof on their laptop. It's like, I got all these tools. I don't really need to know what I'm doing, and it's really important that you know what you're doing. Absolutely,
but at the same time of that, it's like you can learn.
Yeah, you can learn.
You can learn, and the information's all out there for you.
It sure is.
YouTube
more than ever.
Oh, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I love that. I think that's so. It's so cool, because that's the way we learn. Is like, okay, what do I need to be able to accomplish this task? Okay, that's what I need to learn. And when you have something like that is in front of you that you need to accomplish, then you'll learn that skill. Right, whereas the way school's set up, where it's like, now you gotta learn calculus, and now you gotta learn to spell, and now you gotta learn things like, okay, but I took calculus, I was good at calculus in school. I'm not trying to knock it, but it's like I have never used it. Since, right? Yeah. And like,
well, you're not plotting any courses for rockets to hook up with asteroids, right?
And like, yeah. So the way that forced learning, where it's like, now you're going to learn this, now you're going to learn this, now you're going to learn this, where it's like with my students, if there's a song that they want to know, then they're going to learn this chord. If I'm just like, learn an F chord, especially the kids are like, well, what are you talking about? Why?
Yeah.
Let me play some music, Dylan.
Right.
Right? So, but it's all out there for us. So as I'm trying to learn, like this business side of things, right? As I'm trying to learn about Facebook ads, I can just get on YouTube or the internet and research these and learn exactly what I need to know today to accomplish this next little bit and integrate that skill into my toolbox. And then tomorrow I have the next skill I need to integrate. Right. And they all just build on top of each other. And that's the way our minds work. It's like, okay, I have something I need to do. How do I do it? Okay, I can figure that out. As opposed to just like, here's everything you ever will need to know. Just get it. It's like, well, what am I going to do with that? Nothing.
So what's your feeling on live streaming? Have you been doing any of that? I mean, obviously you're doing it in your lessons.
Yeah. I mean, that's one-on-one basically. Yeah. I haven't done a lot of show. I mean, like I was saying, the church is live streaming their services.
That. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But that's basically the main thing I've been doing. Slurp hasn't done any shows like that. The Ancient Robots has played a few shows, but those were...
Joe Doria was on just this afternoon for his brunch on acoustic piano.
Yeah, he's doing it. He's always doing it. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. No, I haven't done any like solo sets or anything like that. One of the next things I want to try to get together in the next month or so is I want to start doing some webinar type teaching lessons, right?
Yeah.
And try and drum up more, advertise that to the different bass groups on Facebook and stuff like that, and try and drum up more clientele, right? More students, more of that, right? And try and, reach a wider audience in that way rather than just the one-on-one thing. So that's the next thing I got to figure out how to make that actually happen.
It sounds like the Bass Feed newsletter is going to be coming out soon.
We got that. That's happening. You can sign up for that one.
Okay. Well, good for you. Yeah. How's the response on that?
It's all right.
Yeah.
I got
is it free or are you charging for it?
No, that's free. That's free. And like I take like on my YouTube videos, there's usually a PDF download that goes along with it, and I just grab your email for that.
That's really very cool.
Build a list.
I'm going to check that stuff out for sure. Yeah. So where do you see yourself going in the future? I mean, I got a ton more questions. You got 2 more hours?
Maybe not 2, but yeah. I mean, I'm good. I'm good. Future, I am, like I said, I got this record. I hope I got a couple tunes in the near future. I got this record I'm trying to put together for myself over the next 6 months. I'm really working on trying to build this online business, right? So more teaching online, one-on-one students. I'm still building that, but I've had interest from people all over the world already, like UK, Missouri, Nigeria. I think I had somebody from the Philippines talking. I was talking with somebody from the Philippines for a little while. So like, it just the access is so cool that's out there. So I'm just kind of dipping my fingers in that one. But like that is where I want to be able to go. I want it to be all online so I can be mobile and like teaching wherever I'm at. Right. And then so building this YouTube channel, and then build, like I was talking about, building these courses. So video courses that I can sell. And again, building up audiences, building up clientele in that way. Right. So that business-wise, that's where I'm trying to go with my teaching, and then creatively, that's where I'm trying to go with those. More time on my own things, and other people, working on other people's projects as well. I like doing that. So Freudian Slurp's got a record coming out this year.
With video.
The Ancient Robots is working on projects. We have some stuff recorded and some stuff we're in the works on recording, and we're working on getting some videos going for that. So that should be coming this year. The Tyler Hamilton Band, we recorded a record about a little over a year ago, and he's mixing that one right now. So that should be done very soon. It's
amazing how long it takes, isn't it?
Right, especially when you're doing it on your own and trying to get all those little details right. So I'm excited for that. That stuff's going to turn out really cool. Just more music, and trying to be as online and mobile as possible. Because, I mean, even before COVID, everything was going that way. And now it's all that way. It accelerated. It was just kind of like, boom, push you off the cliff kind of thing. We were teetering on the edge. I really think that a lot of, Amazon, all those guys, they just switched right over to being online. It's like, that's where they're going to stay. I can't imagine people are going to want to commute when they spent a year not commuting. I mean, there's certain things that people want to go back to.
You were voicing the benefits today.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you just walk out your door.
Walk from my house to my garage, and I'm there.
Yeah, you're there.
I'm teaching,
Got a cup of coffee in hand.
Exactly. Wake up, get a little morning routine, meditation, workout kind of thing going, and then go teach. And it's just like that's the vibe. That's the vibe I want to cultivate. So that's where I'm heading right now, and trying to make myself as sustainable as possible in that way. It's been cool this year.
Kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah. This last year I've had a number of like production clients too, where a lot of it we did remote. One of them, Lilac Season, she'd send me a demo of her song, and then I'd get some drums on it, get some guitar. Ian was on that one a lot, and put the bass and add whatever needed, and then send it back. And she'd do the vocals.
An entire podcast about what you do for production techniques, man.
Right.
That's really interesting.
It was cool, and then I'd just do the mixing and editing and whatnot.
So you basically she sent you a demo.
She sent me a demo
with her vocals on it.
Vocals and scratch guitar usually.
Yeah. Separate tracks.
Should be separate tracks. Should be to a click mostly, and then I'd hire the extra personnel and they do their parts remote. Yeah. And then I compile it and turn it into thing, and we got 3 more of those coming up this year too, and so that's awesome. Those turned out really cool. Lilac Season, that's all out there streaming and everything, so you can find those. And
so you did the production, the engineering, and the mastering for it, all 3.
And the bass playing.
Yeah, of course the bass playing. Let's not forget about that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so.
Wow, that's really, really something. That's spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, Dylan's a producer. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Thank you for coming in, man. This has been awesome.
Hey,
super awesome.
A pleasure.
Yeah, and you're certainly welcome to come back anytime.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you got anything that's on your heart that musically that you want to talk about,
cool. Yeah,
doors flat out open.
Maybe it'd be good when some of these things start getting released to.
Oh yeah, love to have you.
Promo kind of idea,
Absolutely, that sounds absolutely fantastic.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Dylan Hughes, phenomenon. Yeah, he's over there laughing. Yeah, it's just when you run into. I like hanging out with people like this because they're smarter than me, and it helps me feel better.
Well, it's been a pleasure. It's absolutely. So thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Mack-n-Cheeze out. See you, everybody. Be safe. Hey, you want more Mack-n-Cheeze? Mack-n-Cheesemusic.blog, on YouTube at Brian at Mack-n-Cheeze, Instagram and Twitter, www.mackandcheese.com. And thank you, Anchor.fm, for hosting this podcast. Take it away, Bruno.
More on that later. Close the door.